Uh-oh, it's happening all over again. Stay with through this video because the trends we're seeing right now is going to show that at the end of this year, beginning of next year, it's starting all over again. And we'll start with this article from the New York Post. Major movie studio brings back mask mandate amid spike in you-know-what cases. Lionsgate has brought back mask mandates to nearly half its employees. They must wear a medical-grade face covering, surgical mask, N95, etc., when indoors except when alone in an office or when the door is closed, or actively eating, drinking, at their desk, etc. And every employee is also required to perform a self-screening before arriving at work every day and remain at home if they exhibit any symptoms or have traveled internationally in the prior 10 days. And the first thing you might say is, well, you know what, that's Hollywood. And Hollywood, who is like extreme left, pushing further progressive left. Yeah, that's kind of what we expect from those nutcases out there anyway, isn't it? And it's funny, last year we went to a minor league baseball game here in Michigan. We like baseball, it's fun. And we went specifically for The Office night. You like the TV show The Office? Meredith was there. Out of all actors or actresses, however you want to put it, was there, and you could meet Meredith or have things signed. That's great. So we walked over there, and there she is in a tent, and she has a mask on. And we're talking about there's no reason to have one at all. And you can get your picture taken with good old Meredith. And what you'll do is all the people around her, surrounding her, sits her down, then sits you down kind of in front of her, and then she'll pull it off real quick and take a picture. Of course, I'm a rebel rouser. As soon as we sat down, she took it off. I turned around, and I was like, I forgot to say something to her, and she was like, turn around. She was so mad I was even facing in her direction, like, oh, I'm some kind of nasty, communicable human going to spread cooties to her. That is like that's the typical epitome of how I view Hollywood, by the way. You know, their elitist mentality thinks that they're better than everyone. But you know what? Even that, we were born, by the way, if you haven't gotten the notes, we're born with this immune system that's pretty stinking awesome. And the more you're exposed to these cooties, the more your immune system grows. Think of it like a muscle, and the better you're off to fight off infection. But Hollywood doesn't get this memo, and they don't care. They want to make it so, you know what, everybody has to wear a mask around us, while, you know what, we don't want to catch any of your cooties. Well, as we know, they're just simply pushing an agenda, but there's more to it than just the Hollywood goofballs. Also, an Atlanta college reinstates mask mandates as well. The small private Atlanta college sent a letter to faculty, staff, and students saying they're requiring mask mandates and requirements, and they'll be in place for 2 weeks. But you know what? Hollywood and their leftist agenda fits perfectly with college's leftist agenda as well. It's all about control. You know what? And it's not even just about control in education. It's about brainwashing them into control. That, you know what? When we put things in place, it's for your own benefit and your own safety. And you should not even question that at all. Okay, so you know what? Hollywood, colleges, those are leading in one direction. So does this mean we're heading back toward a mandate again? You betcha. How convenient. The Biden regime begins procuring equipment and hiring safety advisors, government spending data reveals. This comes amidst increased speculation that the White House might be preparing to reinstate lockdowns and mandates. And a high-level TSA official reached out to detail a meeting in which new memorandums and policies that would be implemented mask wearing would come into place. They said they will reinstate the mask mandate for TSA and airport employees starting mid-September. By mid-October, it'll be mandated for pilots, flight staff, passengers, and all airport patrons. They also confirmed that similar measures were being planned for Border Patrol personnel. And furthermore, the DoD has awarded Hologic Sales and Services, LLC, a $1.5 million contract to begin on October 1st with an end date of 2024. What's significant about 2024, I wonder? These funds are explicitly designated for testing services in support of the Department of Pathology. So very interesting. We're seeing it in the private sector, we're seeing it in Hollywood, we're seeing it at the colleges, and we're seeing it with the federal government. And it's not simply just a matter of them saying, you know what, we're going to keep people safe. It's really interesting how they already plan on doing this until May of 2024. Why that date? I wonder what's going on next year. I have an idea. I wonder if you do too. Put it in the comments below. So they're already planning on having more mandates, possibly more lockdowns, more stifling of our constitutional rights going up until next year when, you know what, there's going to be some other event that takes place that's going to free us from the tyranny that they imposed.